today I'm in a rather unusual sitting position. I'm AJ Willis.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, so today we're going to review this car. And the reason why I'm seated at the back, it's because this car, it's conventionally, most people don't sit at the back. People who buy this car, most probably it's a driver's car. People rarely sit here unless you're giving people a ride occasionally. So, but just to show you the practicality at the back, I decided to start right here. Back here, it's quite comfortable, I must say. I can't compare it to the CLA in terms of comfort. This one is more planted. This one is more planted in terms of comfort at the back. And remember with the CLA Willys, I was being hit by this particular part.
Yeah.
But how this seat has been designed, it sits low at the back, so even if there is any movement, I'm quite far. So the headroom and the side headroom is quite decent. Yeah.
But I think also the difference between this and the CLA, the reason why your head was banging on that, it's because that one was sort of like a sport back.
Yeah, actually it was way slanted.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like, yeah, so that's a very good point, Willis. So the W204 needs a little bit of a history lesson, How many Willis?
Yes.
Yeah, so the W204 manufacturing started in 2007 all the way to 2014. But then let's go backwards. Before that we had the W203, which was between 2007. And then the first C-Class was the W202. Looked boxy and it ran all the way from 1993 to 2000. What we have here is the 2014 spec. And remember, this W204, in 2011, it got a facelift. Willis,
Yes.
I think we'll show them the
I
first
got them,
edition
bro.
before
Yeah.
this facelift, which came in late 2011. So that is just to give you a little bit of history lesson. And for this particular facelift, some of the changes that were made include the headlights. There's this wavy line here. Remember the initial model, the headlight was kind of straight here. Actually, this one looks more sleeker than the previous headlight of the 204 still.
Yeah. Something about curves.
Yes. Curves always make a difference.
Yeah.
There were also changes on the dashboard, on the dash. The infotainment screen in the previous, the initial W204 used to pop up. But this one was integrated. It was like a continuous of the dash. There was the initial classic, elegance, and avant-garde. But the classic one had the usual Mercedes grille.
Yeah.
And this star here, this emblem, was one which pops. Those ones they were sold, especially zero mileage locally. That is what you used to get at DT Dobby. Now these ones used to come with the avant-garde. Initially, that was the plan. The 2007 to 2011 model, these rear lights, they had like kind of a groove. This one is smooth, all the way smooth. Those ones had like a groove. It was like a design where it was kind of a groove there. Yeah, basically that was it with the exterior of the 204. And arguably, some say it is probably the best C-Class. And I think I have to agree to some extent. It's quite an enjoyable ride.
Yeah.
And we take them through the interior, right?
Yes.
So inside the W204, and the first thing that hits you is what I was telling you, the infotainment screen. So if I can just have the car on, in the previous 204, the screen used to pop. But this one is integrated. This was the same era where even the S-Class and the E-Class used to have the same kind of clusters here. And as you know, the Mercedes lineup, they really like all the trims. They always like them to have like the same design cues. It may not look the same exactly, but at least you get the hint that like they're on theme, right? They have the Alcantara fused with leather. Now Mercedes, they normally use man-made leather, especially for this trim. They call it the Artico leather, probably animal conservation. It's quite durable. This thing is hell of a durable material, and it's very easy to clean.
Yeah.
So I think that was very smart of Mercedes in terms of conservation.
Yeah.
It's an optional push to start, ignition.
Yeah, just like the CLA.
Just like the CLA. These controls on the steering wheel will come in handy, especially when you're doing the reset after you have done the service. We'll talk about the different stages of servicing this car. Yeah, there are people who complain, at this era, Mercedes had too many buttons and whatnot. But there are people who are still fans of this. And I think I'm one of them.
Yeah. And I feel it still looks decent.
It looks decent.
Yeah.
And one thing about this era, even of the E-classes of this era, those cars, the design is, it's like, it's such a timeless design, if I may use the word.
Yeah.
Because when someone sees you in this car, they don't feel like it's an old car you're driving. You know, the design was it was transitional. So, unlike the W204 with the semi-round lights, this one now, at least it feels modern. And talking of modern, yes, you have some very well designed cup holders, 2 cup holders here. Okay, small storage. I don't know if it is
coins.
Yeah, then you got this center console here, which to open, this button here, as Willis will show you on the B-roll, you use it to open on that side. Maybe I can open, but there's a similar one on this side. So you just press it and open, it goes. You got some decent storage here. There's a charging port over there. Yeah, there's one charging port there. So
do you think it's an easy reach when you're driving?
Not so much. I'll rather I just sit like this and I tell my co-driver, pop me the smoky I've hidden there or something, or the gum. Just wanted to talk about the handbrake, or rather the foot brake. So for maybe those who are not familiar with the Benz, this particular C-Class that is, it uses the foot brake, and this is the foot brake release. So let's put it on, right? So to release it, if you can show how it will pop, you see it has popped. So, and just to have it back, just press it. Let's check the back, okay? At the back, what do we have? Just like the CLA, this very nice, easy to clean material over here, quite spongy, I must say, and grab handles, quite firm. Just like the CLA, no dobbins. And the transmission tunnel. Oh, this is a rear wheel drive. The transmission tunnel is huge. Creature comforts at the back seat, of course, with the armrest. The armrest comes with this 2 cup holders, very nice. Then you've got this climate control vents. Willis, on our way here,
I was enjoying some.
I don't know what you were blowing hot air on, but Willis was seated here and insisted. And you've got this, a 12-volt power port here. Now you can insert your aftermarket charging device and cable, and little storage here. Do you smoke?
It really feels executive when you're sitting back here.
Yeah,
it's comfortable, and it's from the vents.
Probably one thing, maybe I feel the seats are kind of like, you see how I'm seated? I feel like I'm too. It reminds me of the Subaru Forester. The way the seat was way reclined. So probably for a long distance, you might keep on shifting sitting positions as you look for proper lumbar support.
However, I see Mark, when he's driving passenger side, is always reclining his seat back like that. So I think for some, they may consider that comfortable.
Actually, when drives Mark really nyanyasas you. He reclines on there. For the back seat, that's it. So let's check the storage spaces of this car. And I think we are in for a surprise. Let's check the storage of this car and the boot space. Damn. Wow. This is actually huge. This one you can fit your suitcase. You can see our, just to illustrate the amount of space you can get here.
Yeah.
It's quite huge. Let's check a few things here. We got a full-size spare tire over here. This is good actually. This is really good. I'm actually very impressed with the boot space of this car. So the C-Class is not like as small as it looks on the road.
Yeah, it was very unexpected to have all that space in that compact looking car.
Exactly. And remember the same thing they did with the CLA.
Yeah, the same.
And remember in the lineage, CLA comes below this, huh?
Yeah.
And the CLA also, the boot space was quite,
Yeah, it was quite huge, yeah, surprisingly. Yeah.
It was quite huge. And it's black, so if you are dirty. Yeah, so we're going to check the engine of this car. We won't talk much about it because it's the M271. Let's pop it. So the W204 is powered by an M271 engine which churns around 156 horsepower. So it's a 1.8 liter. It's driven by a 7-speed automatic transmission. Remember, all this sounds familiar. If people are attentive to the channel can remember that. So there's nothing much to talk about this engine. It is quite solid. It is quite a solid engine. Probably why this car is still, even if you buy it locally used, as long as the service intervals have been adhered to, this engine should not sumbua you at all. So I won't talk much about it, but just to say, ensure that you follow all the service intervals. Remember with Mercedes, there's the service A, the one after, about the one you do once a year. Then there's another service you have to check after you do like 30 Ks, where you check also the transmission fluids and all that. So you have to follow. Mercedes-Benz owners know all this about service A, B, C, D, and you have to follow them. Otherwise, these European cars will sumbua you if you don't follow those service intervals. You see how your Pro Box, you never changed the transmission fluid since you bought it. With Mercedes-Benz, you have to do it. Preferably between 30K to 50Ks. One of these days we'll visit a certified Mercedes-Benz repair shop so that at least you guys can get some of those tips from the experts and from myself as well. Am I a Mercedes expert? I think I'm becoming one. Yeah, so let's go for a spin. One thing about this car, especially when you're doing high speeds, the braking system of this car, it's something which is quite reassuring. And as you can feel, Willis, I'll ask you the question I always ask. Switching from the bikes to a new car. You're already laughing. Do you feel safe?
Yes, I feel very safe.
Okay, and now do you feel safe?
Yeah, very safe. The acceleration kicked in.
The acceleration kicks in.
Yeah, really well.
M271 is really...
And it doesn't throw you back.
It doesn't throw you back.
I don't have my seatbelt on.
Yeah.
And I still feel like it's progressively.
Yeah. So we're going to fill this corner here. So, wow, this car is enjoyable. The last time I enjoyed a car like this was the Axela.
Yeah.
So, and that's one thing. When a car is very stable on the road, it gives you so much confidence as a driver.
Yeah.
You know the cars which yes, they go fast, they pick fast, but when you're at corners, you feel like, here.
Yeah. You need to
It's
slow
like
down.
Angel Gabriel is just saying, yo, just come. Yeah. Then now we have our sharpest corner here. Let's feel it. Man, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to this car, nothing at all. Understand why this particular model is also loved, as I've mentioned before. Yeah? Some say this is the best C-Class, the W204. Yeah, so, wow. This was fun. Yeah? This is a car you can ride all day long.
This ain't what you used to.